Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on Ian Dury, and through his song "Hit Me with Your Rhythm Stick" in his very unique style. We looked at sometimes having to be hit, philosophically speaking, to get us into a new thought. So I hope you found that one encouraging. Well, we're going from there to Alice Springs in 1955 in Australia. This guy is one of the famous 5 of the most loved Australian rock band of all time. But he learned his music up in Alice Springs, but it was when he moved to Adelaide. The world changed, not just for him, but for Adelaide and for Australian music in general, because he met Jimmy Barnes, he met Simon Prestwich, Phil Small, Don Walker, and Ian Moss, and together they formed Cold Chisel, the iconic Cold Chisel. We've already done Cold Chisel. I did them a little while ago, actually. But I wanted to give Ian Moss a little bit of a go because he has had a pretty amazing solo career as well. But we can't not do Ian Moss. We're just looking at a couple of his iconic vocals from Cold Chisel days. We've got Bow River, bit more of a rockier number for Cold Chisel. And you get to see how incredible Ian Moss's voice is, and secondly, how incredible guitar playing he is. He's affectionately known as Mossy. He's got a very, very indelible style about him. Bow River just really shows off his technique really, really well. And then we've got When the War Is Over, an Australian classic written by Cold Chisel drummer Simon Prestwich, and a little bit more reflective. The start is very, very fragile, very, very poignant, and this song just really has captured Australia's consciousness ever since it was performed. So got Ian Moss, sort of a couple of his lead vocals in Cold Chisel. But around 1985, Cold Chisel had done their 5 albums and now changed the music landscape in Australia forever. And what am I going to do out? And out came the album Matchbook. In fact, Matchbook came out around 1989. He started performing live in 1985 in his solo right, but in 1989 came the album Matchbook. Now, this album was pretty huge for Ian. And the song Tucker's Daughter, which pretty well introduced his solo career to Australia and to the world, received 2 ARIA awards, which is pretty cool. We've got the official clip on that one below. And it's all about loving a daughter, loving Tucker's daughter, but she not loving him back. So the whole unrequited love thing. What do you do about that? I don't know. You're kind of hoping it'll change, it'll be different, but it never will be. How long do you hang on for? But how hard is it to let it go? And so we've got Tucker's Daughter official clip below. The same album. We've got Telephone Booth, a live version of that one. This particular song was very much liked by the critics and the reviewers. Stayed number 3 weeks at number 1, sort of typical Ian Moss style. And because of these songs, Matchbook actually sold over 200,000 copies, so in Australia pretty significant. Another song off this album, we've got Out of the Fire and Into the Night. Now, the fire is a relationship, and Into the Night is looking for the next one. And I suppose where I wanted to just go today here a little bit, and that is, what's the gap between those two things? If you think about a relationship ending, we're talking about intimate moments finishing. We're talking about that companionship, that friendship, the having someone to talk to, the memories that they've been created. Well, we don't ever really get rid of the memories. Memories are there for a reason, particularly the good ones. But all of that stopped all of a sudden. And you're thinking, right, what am I going to do now? Oh, I'm on my own tonight. Right, what am I going to do for tea? It's too much effort. All of that stuff just comes to bear when a relationship comes into an end. Do we need to sit in that space for a while, though? Perhaps do we need to first of all reflect on not how bad the relationship ended, because they often do not finish that well. But think about your relationship with love. How are you going with love? What is your understanding of what love is? Did you give your relationship everything you possibly could? Did you give it your best go? Did you, shower that person with affection and with love? And did you tell them how much they meant to you? Also that sort of thing. Or did you let that stuff go a little bit and just pretend like it wasn't important? Well, when you're not in a relationship, this is the time to reflect on this stuff. Hey, how did I really, really go here? Now that perhaps there's not the criticism coming back your way, there's a chance for you to have a bit of a self-reflection. Hey, how did I go with the relationship? How did I go really? What would I do next time? Well, surely one of the things you would do next time is you would ensure that person is number one in your life at all times. They are your world. They mean everything to you. And if they're not, you've got to do, and let's face it, there are times when it's not always the most important. The things just creep in there that take our priorities, but we've got to get back to them pretty quickly because they're the most important person in your world. Did you treat them like that? Did you show them how much you meant to them? Because if all of those things aren't there, and it's love that actually gets those things going. Love is the thing that will motivate you to ensure that they know they're the most important person in your world. They really love is the thing that will do that. Love is the thing that will inspire you to keep going. Love is the thing that just reminds you how special these people are. So how's your relationship going with love? Certainly an opportunity when relationships tend to do that. But, into the night is very much, hey, well, I've reflected now and going to get back out there, to quite a common way of saying it. When do you know it's the time to get back out there? Well, I think when you are feeling comfortable in your own skin and knowing that everything's going to be okay, back into the night, because you know what, love may not have finished with you yet. And obviously with a renewed sense of idea about what love is and what you're going to do next time, well, why wouldn't you give yourself over to it again? So we need these opportunities, don't we? When things stop, when things change, we need opportunities to be on our own and to reflect on what happened. Not just the things that went wrong, but also the things that went right. Because you'd want to keep the things that are going right moving forward, wouldn't you? And you can always tweak the things that we could have improved on. So out of the fire and into the night. Great reflection of life by Ian Moss here. We've got can't quite read my writing. I think it's a live version of that one. I do have notes up on the screen, as you can probably tell, because I do this kind of thing. Black text just seems to work. Sometimes I can't quite read my own writing. It's a bit scary. So, if you are in that transition between relationships, let's just call it that, give yourself time and space to just reflect a little bit. So we've got a live version of Out of the Fire and Into the Night. Now, great bands never really finish, and there certainly have been Cold Chisel reunions. I have seen Cold Chisel live just only, a matter of 3-4 years ago, and they were absolutely amazing. Simon Presswich is no longer with us, unfortunately. But the other 4 guys are still going strong. Jimmy Barnes, absolutely. And I will be coming up to Jimmy Barnes in a little while, but I thought it was important that we give what is the mainstay guitarist and very much the sound of Cold Chisel, with this incredible rhythm section of Phil and Simon as well. This really did create the sound of Cold Chisel in many ways. The all-encompassing pub rock band. So it's great to give Ian Moss a bit of a go today. Now, he's actually received a few ARIA awards, and as part of Cold Chisel, been inducted into the ARIA Hall of Fame. So it's good to acknowledge Ian Moss today. So the links to those 5 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video from Ian Dury, so if you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, if this is your first time, the live reflections through music as we came down to Australia today. Pretty cool. In fact, Cold Chisel were massive in my hometown of Adelaide, so it's good to reflect on them today. Or this is your first time and you come back for another one, great to see everybody here. Next time we're going to go on to Jamiroquai. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.